Hey, so I'm here with a quick video. This is a video where I want to talk a little bit about the 2026 BET Awards. Well, not talk about the 2026 BET Awards. I want to talk about a topic that came up with me coming across the 2026 BET Awards. And I had to correct myself there, saying not talk about it because I didn't watch the BET Awards. I caught it through social media, like a lot of people who don't watch these awards shows and ceremonies or whatever. They just catch it through social media. There's a term for that. If you know a term, put it in the comments for watching via social media the whole thing or just like participate in it via social media. I did hear a thing that it said Drewski, who hosted the 2026 BET Awards, that he's big on social media and that was his thing, like his claim to fame or whatever. So he smartly, as he was posting, as he was doing his skits for BET, he would post his skits as he was doing it for BET right to his social media page. So that means all the youngins and other people who weren't watching the awards, they could follow it through social media. So that was very smart. But yeah, hearing some things about the BET Awards, 2026 BET Awards, that got me thinking, and I was wondering, because I did hear this question, this thought brought up for other award shows and ceremonies, and so it was brought up again for this award show, and so that got me thinking, like, where do I stand on this? What do I prefer? Because it's like either or. It's like it can go this way or that way. So basically, the question, what was brought to my attention, what I've had to think about was they say and it's happened in almost every award show that there are nominees, people who are nominated for an award, and then there is a winner, and then they announce the winner. So they were saying that for one, they were saying the amount of nominees on some of these awards, for some of these awards on these award shows are kind of crazy, with it being 8 or 9 in the category or whatever, just big numbers. Where they say it would be more better if it were like 3 or 4 nominees, and it would just make it a little more, not too crazy and too like unrealistic and just yeah. But anyway, that's a rabbit trail. What I was saying was there need to be basically so there's nominees and then there's a winner and they announce the winner and then the winner comes up, collects the award, give a thank you speech, and there's applause and everything as they exit the stage and leave the stage, exit the stage, and then the show continues, it carries on. But what I explained there, it gets a little weird when they open a card or just they announce the winner, because it depends on which award show or ceremony you're watching, what they're doing. But it gets a little weird when they announce the winner and the winner isn't present in the building, and so they might pan because a lot of these are video recorded, so they spend a lot of time, effort, multiple cameras all over the building. So those cameras might start panning to the different nominees who are in the building and watching them kind of awkwardly cheer and clap like they're completely fine that the other person won over them winning. So they would announce the winner who's not in the building, not present. They would show the other nominees, other people nominated for that award who didn't win, who was in the building. They'll pan the camera over there, show a couple of them, and then they'll go back to the stage or whatever, and then kind of finish clapping and kind of move on with the show. That whole thing was awkward. So the question, finally getting a question, it's like, man, you've been saying the question, the main thing about this video for a long time. You haven't even got to it. What I'm getting to is like, do you think that if they have an award show and the person who is going to win the award, if they're not present in the building, that they shouldn't win the award? That's the big question. I think that I think the person who is going to win the award, if they're not in the building, they shouldn't get it. They shouldn't win the award. Just give it to somebody who is in the building, who is present. And so that's one that's kind of like, you can debate about it. A lot of people have their opinions on it, their thoughts. So it can get a little, you can go back and forth on that. I think because the award shows, a lot of them, like I said, I mentioned earlier, they have cameras all over the place. It's like a visual thing. There a lot of money is going to this stuff. It's a whole production. Because the whole production, and it's getting recorded and everything. Some of them are live. It's going on TV, big screens. A lot of people are watching it. It'll go down in history because it'll keep getting played for the years that have passed. There's plenty of award shows that people still go back and look on. And with the internet and whatnot, that made it easy to access all these different award shows and ceremonies they had that they recorded, and there's footage out there of them. Um, since they're putting so much work, time, and money and effort into it, for all these awards, they should have someone coming up to collect it that you can visibly see. Some of them will have the cam. I've seen that in the past. They'll have the cam, and then the person they somewhere else, unable through what's the word I'm looking for, obligations, unable to actually be there, but they're fully in communications and everything with who was the people who was hosting the awards and everything, who is putting on the award show. And so they got a camera set up for them. They got the big screen, and when they announce them as the winner, they turn, everybody in the audience and everything, they turn and look at the big clap cheer. They turn and look at the big screen, and then it's the artist or whoever, actor, whoever is winning the award, receiving the award. They're up on a big screen in a remote, different location, and then they're thanking, and they're thankful for the award and everything. Somebody comes up and collect it, and it's all that good stuff. So I think that's kind of decent and kind of respectful and okay that the person's somewhere else, but they're showing up on a video and kind of accepting their award. But my whole thing was that yeah, it's like a respect thing, and because of big production thing, it's good to see somebody from a viewer perspective, see somebody in the audience. They get up standing up. Maybe other people will stand up with them and cheering everybody, and you kind of watching that person excited. They're getting up, they're hugging their people, they're kissing their family people, and they're choosing to walk up there with some people, and they're making their way through the crowd. They're heading up to the stage. They're up there. They're just soaking in all the applause and all that, and then it settles down, and then they give a little acceptance, a little thank you speech, a little, There's been so much moments where they had so much great memorable acceptance speeches and good stuff, but you can't have that if there's no one up there to collect that award. And I think that's where it gets to be kind of an issue, kind of a pain. And so I'm just ranting, going on and on. I already stated the question, and I gave my side, my opinion. But I guess I'm not trying to convince those who don't agree with me on that. But I guess those who do agree with me, I'm giving y'all a little ammo, or I'm just letting y'all see my side. I'm sure y'all have reasons why y'all do agree with me, and the people who don't, I'm sure y'all have y'all reasons. Put in the comments. We can discuss it. Other people can discuss it with you. Just share your thoughts on this. I am sure that you'll have some good reasons why they should get their award still. Their not reward, that's a reward. They should get their award and trophy or whatever if they've earned that award and they just aren't present. But I'm saying they shouldn't get the award. Just give it to somebody who's in the building. I heard it said somebody who spent time and money to be there and participate. I agree with that. Somebody who spent their time and money to be there and participate. Give them an award, and yeah, I say give it to them, and it'll be better. It'll be better for the show. It'll be better for just everything there. Better for the viewer. Like I said, to see someone actually walk up there and get an award, that's where it's at. Versus this weird thing of people who are getting it and then there's not there. It gets a little weird. And yeah. Now it can get weird. I'll drop this one more point before I'm done. But it can get weird where some people might say that person all year has been killing it, or their achievements are so great that they can only win that award. So if you don't give it to them, then what are you doing? It's gonna mess up the quality and the respectableness of your award show if you're just giving it to people who don't deserve it. But I feel like second place kind of maybe is deserving of it almost, because sometimes it's really close with the winner. It's like first and second. Like sometimes I get it. Sometimes it's obvious the first winner is blowing the smoke out of however that goes. Everybody on the list, they're number one for a reason. They're obviously the winner, obviously number one, obviously super good. But I mean, if they aren't there, and some of these wins look kind of questionable and weird anyway, so just make that a weird win, and just give it to number two, give it to the second person, second runner up or whatever, and let them have it, get that as an achievement. Come up there and give their speech and just enjoy that whole moment that they spent their time, money, and effort getting there to your award show. Just give it to them. I think that's the way to go. There's been award shows in the past that it looked kind of like a setup or kind of weird. They had people come up there collecting awards. That is like what like what is that? Why did that person get it? This other nominee was obviously the person who should have won. What's going on here? But hey, what's memorable is that other person who won it, I guess, in that situation, who came up and collected their award. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Put in the comments though if you think people who win the award, they should be there, should be present, or if you think, nah, if they're not present, just give it to the next person, give it to somebody else. Let us know. Thumbs up this video, and I'll see you in the next one.